See Trent Rosecrans from The Athletic joining us, covering this team every day. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Yourself?
We're good. And also, I want to queue up our first poll question because I want you to help us out with this, okay? Ready?
Uh-oh.
So anyone that's watching right now, either scan the QR code on your screen or watch stadium.com/foul territory.
You're going to like this.
Your question is, what is the best Cincinnati eats? Skyline Chili, Raiders Ice Cream, Montgomery and BBQ, Grippo's Potato Chips, or other, like Jeff Ruby's for me last night.
Well, that's a pretty good piece of meat. Solid. I mean, Graders is pretty great. It's right there in the name.
I wish I liked ice cream enough to. I'm just not an ice cream guy.
Really?
Never liked it, man. I'm going to go Jeff Ruby's, then Montgomery Inn because, those ribs. Oh.
Yeah, I'm going Montgomery Inn / La Rosa's.
Oh.
I know you Northerners don't like the pizza. I get it.
The snotty pizza crew.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not good. It's just not what I'm used to.
Right,
That's all.
right. I mean,
listen, I've had it before. It's good, but it's not.
Yeah, but
what I'm used to.
You like Papagino's and stuff like. Is that in Jersey?
No, that's Boston, right?
That's Connecticut. I know it's.
I've never heard of Papagino.
You haven't? Have you?
Like Jersey, like you it's like
you
the
just
place
go to
on
a
the
hole
corner.
in the wall place. Tony's, Al's. There's Gino's Pizza. But it's my buddy Gino
Gino's
that lives
behind
on the
the
corner.
counter.
Not the Gino's.
Gino's the old man that runs the whole joint.
Okay, all right. So
when you come to Jersey, we'll help you out.
Right.
Also, there's some breaking news. Ellie De La Cruz now has his own dish at Jeff Ruby's. If you haven't heard about it,
I saw that.
Just debuted last night.
How was it?
So, I didn't try it. One of our teammates tried it. He said it was fantastic. Had a little Dominican flavor to it. The plantains in there.
Nice. So day game, you guys are taking me there after the game tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Sure. I got a flight to catch.
No, we're flying out
tonight
after a Reds dub. So let's go over this ball club then, C. Trent. So last night, for example, what did you see from them against a team that is going to win the American League Central? And we spoke to, 3 or 4 Reds players yesterday telling us our playoffs is right now. Do you feel that from the team, the way that David Bell's managing the game, the way that the players are playing, knowing that this is it? I mean, there's a couple weeks left and they could be in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, and the thing was, I'm not going to say lucky. They did a great job by Connor Phillips, but the plan was, hey, if he gets in any trouble, we got to go to our bullpen. We're going to ride our bullpen hard. And that's tough this time of year. And so yesterday was an added bonus that they didn't have to use their bullpen. Just those 2 innings, pretty easy. Alexis Diaz gets another day off. Ian Jabot a day off. Or no, did he pitch the 8th? Who pitched the 8th? I don't remember. Anyway.
It didn't matter. They got the win.
They got the win, but they only used two guys in the end. I know Alex Young pitched the last, and I think Derek Law pitched. But, the bullpen has been the strength of this team. And it's the one thing they've been able to count on. There's been so many other moving parts. But when you talk about the back end of that bullpen with Alexis Diaz, Derek Law, Ian Jabot, I mean, not the biggest name guys. Diaz, he's getting there.
Yes.
But it's all these other guys who've done it. Alex Young, Sam Moll came over their trade deadline acquisition.
Sammy Spinrate.
That's Cincinnati likes that.
Cincinnati, let's go.
And so it's been a different guy every night. Like you can't even pick who it's going to be, and they've used 65 different players this year. Team record is 66, which was last year, and the difference is. Last year, you're just pulling guys off left and right. I mean, Danny was next. He was number 67.
They're tanking last year.
And then, this year, it's a guy like Connor Phillips, who's probably, I think he was number 63 or 64 of those. And he comes in, and you look at that, and you're like, oh, man, 98, a killer sweeper. And you're like, oh, this guy's a big leaguer. And that's what they have, is they have a lot of guys who maybe it's not the exact right time that they want them up here, but they come up here and they look like they belong. And there is a difference because when a guy belongs. Yeah. He looks different.
Talking about belonging, my question would be, so you're in the trenches there, you're in the clubhouse, talking to some guys left and right. What has been the difference? Because, listen, in the beginning of the year, we're talking about, just maintaining, they're going to have an average year. Go ahead.
We were talking.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
They weren't.
And now, and all of a sudden, what clicked? What changed? You got guys coming in, different parts moving around. Is there somebody in there that's like, you know what? I'm going to keep this team together. Is it India? Is it Votto? What has been the core of it? What's been going on?
No, it's been, Votto's been huge. Even when he wasn't here, he set it. The spring training was enormous. They set the culture there, and I think that's overused a lot of times because, hell, I'll take talent over culture any day.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got some talent too, and the young guys come up, and it's not like the old days. You know, guys would pick on you. You would pick on the young guys. Todd was easy to pick on, and those guys would do that.
Yes, just a buggers here and there.
Yeah.
But like here, it's just like, no, these guys are up here to win, and it feels like everybody plays like Jonathan India.
Yeah,
and that's a good place to start, right?
Sure.
And you bring up a Matt McClain, and he comes up and he's great. But we keep hearing Ellie De La Cruz. He comes up. There is no animosity between those two, which is rare, especially in the minor leagues. I mean, a shortstop, Todd's going to tell you that he can play shortstop right now. Because once you're a shortstop, you're always a shortstop.
Yep.
You don't like playing anywhere else. That is your spot. You know, and they pitted you and Zach Cozart and said, hey, one of you guys going to do it. You had Didi Gregorius in there as well.
Right behind.
And
there's always somebody chopping.
There's
behind
always
the bit,
someone. But those two guys have played together. You would watch them in the minors, and they would move like they did here with Elliott third and Matt at short, or Matt at second and Elliott short.
Mm-hmm.
And they just really get along. They're great friends, which is just crazy because, you know, Matt's here. The visual is funny. It's like the Aaron Judge Altuve thing. You know, kid from Southern California who went to UCLA, and then another kid from the Dominican Republic. But they like each other. Everybody walks in there, and they're part of the team. There's no division. There's no nothing. Everybody is one part of this team, and it's noticeable. I've been around a lot of clubhouses, and this one it's different. It's special.
So, like, being around all the young guys that you see every day, you don't see any like anxiety or any nerves. Like the game is too fast for them right now.
No. I mean, and that's the one thing. Like, again, you see it. You see when a guy stands out. I remember the year before, in 2020, before everything happened, but we were in spring training, and you'd see Jonathan India there, and you're like, I don't know, man. You had these questions. And then he comes into spring training in 21, and he just belongs. Yeah. He looks like a big leaguer on the field. Matt McClain was that guy from day one.
Yeah.
And it takes some time. Guys move different spaces. And all these guys, it seems like they've come up at the right time. You know, Spencer Steer came up last September, got his feet wet, struggled, had a little success, a little failure. And he comes up here, and he's probably the MVP of this team. And not a guy that you're really talking about. Like, you know, you forget that he's a rookie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So many of these guys that you forget they're rookies, and that's tough.
So then on the other end of the rookies, you have Joey Votto. You had a little chit chat with him. Not a rookie. He's 40. You had a chit chat with him. Yeah. What do you think? Is this his last homestand as a Red? You got a little emotional on us yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, he did. But it's. I mean, these two guys can tell you. With Joey, you never know. Joey is his own man. Mm-hmm. You can tell me anything about Joey, and I'll believe it. Tell me, no, seriously. Like, you could tell me
something up.
you could tell me that he cured cancer, and yeah, sure. Or you could tell me that he went on a cross-Canadian clown killing spree. That's possible too. I don't think he would actually do that.
Yeah,
not anything, but for most things, that's a little bit of hyperbole. That means exaggeration, Todd.
He's going to start this up. I'm going to bash him here in a second because he knows I'll get his ass pretty soon.
I know.
We've been at it before. So strike one. I'll give him that. Strike one. So is he coming back or what?
I don't know.
If you had to decide right now, what's your answer?
I think so.
Okay.
I think he still wants to play. He still thinks he can play. And I think there is a place, even if he's not the Joey Votto of old. Like 2010 Joey Votto, the 2017, 2000, name the year. Even if he's not that guy, he brings a lot to this team. I think he could probably, anytime you start to doubt Joey, he turns it on. And he is someone who can figure it out. And even if he does like what Pujols did last year. You remember last year, Pujols goes in, and at the second half of the season is just like, oh, I'm going to crush lefties.
Yeah.
Joey's just going to go, okay, I'm just going to crush righties. And you've seen him accept some of these roles. Like him getting taken out early, he's the first guy at the step.
Yeah.
You know,
That's cool.
and that's the other thing with this team. You know, Ellie De La Cruz is struggling. I've seen him getting taken out and put somebody else in it, and then he's the first guy out of the dugout to celebrate. These are guys that, like, a lot of people say this, like they just want to win and they're doing what to win. I've seen it on the field every day.
That stands out because there's some teams that play individual ball, and this is not one of those teams.
Yeah.
So we're about to talk to like 5 of their players, so we'll let you jump.
All
Great
right.
to see you. See
Got out
Trent
here on the
Shea
0-1 count.
swinging back.
Yeah, only
exactly.
one strike on you.
Exactly.
You're lucky.
You
There's
got
still a lot of the day
early.
left.
He's still on his
we
A
still
swing.
got some
He's still got my number.
We'll swing back. We'll